So first of all, how was everybody's first day? Good? Did anybody have any favorite talks? Did anybody say, yeah, I had a favorite talk I heard today? Okay, so if you did, find that person at the reception and go engage them in that conversation. And debates like this, continue those debates going on. Bruce loves to be challenged. He'll challenge you back, but that's exactly the kind of dialogue that we were hoping to have today, and I'm glad all of you stepped up for that, so that's terrific to hear. We'll have maybe 15 minutes left here, and then we'll break for a reception, as I mentioned earlier, over at the bottom of the stairs. In years past, we've been doing DPDK Summit events now for 4 years in total. The first one being, I think it was 2014 in San Francisco. We had a one-day event that we said, hey, let's try this and see what happens. And I think we had 150, 200 people show up. So we said, hey, we think it's a good thing. And then we've done them since. And I talked earlier this morning how we're now doing those on a worldwide basis. And this is the third year here in Dublin for Userspace, the second year here at the Clayton. So these, I think, will continue because this is exactly the kind of dialogue we need. Each year we talk about, you see different community folks stepping up, giving presentations. Some of them you've seen before, and I'm sure those of you who've been here every year, some of them are also new. We've had conversation years past about, hey, how do you thank people who step up and do certain things? So this year, rather than go, I think last year or so, we just mentioned a few names and said, hey, thank you for your work. This year, we're taking it a step further. So the leadership teams across DPDK, the tech board, the marketing committee, and the governing board got together and said, let's put a little more effort behind this and do some DPDK recognition awards. So I'd like to spend the next 15 minutes or so talking about a few of those. Maybe you can click for me. We've got awards in 3 categories, and several awards in each category. Contribution awards, innovation awards, and project service awards. So I'm going to start off with contribution awards. Oh, is there a scholarship slide up?
Yeah.
Okay. So those of you who know, I might get choked up on this a little, sorry. So my colleague, Beckett Essen, also known as the father of DPDK, every year he would be here in the other summits and really talk about his view of where the project would go as, fundamentally the guy who worked on this in the mid-2000s at Intel, in the late 2000s, and then helped our engineering teams and many others across the community really turn this out to make something. As many of you may know, he passed away earlier this year. We started a GoFundMe page as a scholarship view for his daughters, and that's been pretty successful, and that's still open if anyone's interested in funding that, so go take a look at GoFundMe. But as a community, we said, well, how do we continue to honor Venky's legacy and really helping us nurture and create this? And what we came up with are student travel scholarships. From time to time, you'll see students show up at our different conferences. It seems that wherever they go, they show up. At this one, are there any students here today besides 2 UNH students, of course? Are there any other students here from University of Limerick or Dublin or anywhere else? They're out in the back. They're out there saying, hey, you promised beer. When are we getting to that part? I know when we go to China, there's always a very, very significant academic population. When we're in the States, it's the same thing. We see Riverside, UC California, Riverside, Santa Cruz, UCLA. They come from all over. We've had MIT, lots of people. But there's also a set of students who are involved in the community, and you'll see them online asking questions saying, I saw a guy from Rochester Institute of Technology, a student, my professor told me to go work on this DPDK stuff. Who can help me, right? So he didn't know where to start, but he was handed this as a project. So we want to give these students an opportunity to submit some work, some proposals, some contributions, and give a travel scholarship in Venky's name to fund them to travel to this event next year. And I think we're going to do 2 of those next year, is that right?
Yep.
So this is just kind of a high-level announcement of it. I'm really looking forward to this personally, to keep this going in honor of Venky. So look for more details on that, and I'd ask all of you, as you do your own outreach and support, either through interns or community work you do, to drive awareness of this with other people as well. So look forward to that. Thank you. Okay. Okay, contribution awards. So I'm just going to kind of read these off individually. So the first one's a contribution award in the area of code. This individual is someone that this year it was recognized above and beyond that he did not only more patches than anybody else, submissions, but more reviews and everything else as well. The comments from people were, not only does he regularly consistently contribute high-quality code, but his significant work in developing a memory hot plug resulted in significant improvement to the project's memory management system. This year is the first time he was up on this stage. Anatoly Burikov, can you come on up for the first award? Anatoly, thank you. Congratulations. We can tag team. It's very well deserved, though. I want to thank you for your work, and I also want to thank you for your first talk on stage. It was fantastic. It's great to seeing you step up. I think the audience response to it reflected the value of your work and the quality of your presentation. So thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Without Bruce.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, the next contribution award. This is for someone who's known throughout the DPDK community for his deep review work, which often goes unrecognized, of course, but he's consistently efficient and beyond helpful. The contribution award for reviews in the community goes to Faru Yigat. Faru, you here? I don't want to get fingerprints on these. Oh, okay. Faru, thank you. Hold on. John Mack, we expect all these on Twitter soon, too. All right. Thanks for all your work, Faru. Appreciate it very much. Okay, the next contribution award is for someone who I think a few people here know. Someone who's been involved in this project since the very beginning. He's been involved in the forefront. He's been involved in the background. He keeps projects going. He keeps the CI/CD infrastructure going. And in the category of contribution for maintainer, we'd like to recognize Tomas Tamiya. Where's Tomas hiding? Tomas is one of these guys. Smile first. You got it? Who consistently would say, no, don't pick me, everybody else works harder than me. And the truth is, those of you who know him long enough, is nobody works harder than he does. In years past, he's worked through vacations, he's worked through holidays, he's worked through weekends. You're still married, right? Okay. So that's good. Your work is tremendously appreciated. Thank you, sir.
Thanks to my wife.
Thanks to your wife. And we should send spouse awards. We'll do that for next year, right? Okay, next up in the contribution category is something that, frankly, so me is not a technical contributor to the project. I see this when I go out and have either industry talks or I'm involved in other projects, because this is an area where this project gets held up as a gold standard, by the way. This area is in the area of documentation. DPDK documentation has not gone unnoticed by the community. This person has taken on the job of the main documentation maintainer, does a lot of crucial organization and cleanup of the docs for each release. And anybody who's worked on documentation know that it's generally a thankless job, but anyone who's ever worked with customers or consumed someone else's code know that it's probably the single most important thing. We'd like to recognize John McNamara for his documentation contributions. John Mack, thank you, sir. Smile for your own picture. That's good. Appreciate the effort and the work. And no, you can't pass it off to someone else. Okay, next up is another relatively unsung area in the contribution category of testing. This team each year tests each major DPDK release. They test it for open source code, and they maintain the DPDK test suite. The contribution award for testing goes to the Intel validation team, and I think is Legion 2 here? Legion, can you come up on behalf of the team and accept this award? Thank you. Now, hold on, before she goes, well, here, you're going to send me a picture because we got to put this on WeChat for the team back home, right? Is Fan here? Where's Fan? Can you come take a picture real quick? I know Fan's been filling our PRC team up to date, and I think all the folks at PRC with WeChat posts today. So. Excellent. Thank you, and please thank the team for us.
Yeah, so we do have another award that we want to recognize the work that someone's done as an evangelist for the project since probably the beginning of the project, and is the face of the project. Recently we put him in front of analysts. We've got one in the audience, and reporters to talk about the program and project and kind of promote DPDK both when it was Intel project and now as a community project as well. So with that, I'd like to recognize Jim, who gets the
You guys set me up on this
DPDK Top Ambassador Award. Oh, so, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. I take a picture. Yep. Oh, you got to hold this. Yep.
All right, so this was a pretty good setup, I guess. So these guys are like, hey, we need to take a break in here. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
All
right.
Community Award.
So thank you for that, and thank you for, I guess, whoever else who worked this behind the scenes. Tomas, I don't know who had something to do with this, but thank you. Okay, next up we're going to move to Innovation Awards, and we've got Innovation Awards in 3 categories. The first one was a team effort by a few individuals, a great collaborative cross-vendor initiative, which is exactly what this community is all about, to create a new acceleration API, help expand DPDK's reach into new use cases such as storage. And that goes for the compression HPI to Shelly Verma and Fiona Trahi. I know Fiona's here. Is Shelly here too? Congratulations, Fiona.
Thank you very much.
Excellent.
That's
Thank
why
you.
You said to stick around.
Can I add thanks to Pablo,
Hold it.
who obviously did a load of, sorry, I'd just like to also say that I'm delighted, but I'm accepting it on behalf of Pablo de Lara Guarch, who can't be here right now, but who did a load of work on the API, Shelly Verma and Ashish Gupta and Ahmed Masoor from NXP also put a lot of work on the API, so thanks a million.
Excellent. Thank you. Okay, the next area of innovation for me is something interesting. When I'm running around in the world, it's the classic. If I had €1 for every time I had this user space versus kernel space conversation, I would not be here. I'd be somewhere in the Caribbean on my boat right now. But those of you who live in the user space, we live in this domain, but folks who use the kernel networking stack, clearly they're doing that on a very regular basis. And there's a bridge between the two. In this case, it's Berkeley Packet Filter Library, better known as BPF. This person showed great initiative and created an eBPF library for DPDK. It represents another step towards combining the best of DPDK with the best of the kernel. We'd like to recognize Konstantin Anadyev. Congratulations. Come smile for John's camera now. Here, put your hand on there. You ready? Good. Thanks, Konstantin. Appreciate it very much. Okay, last award in the category of innovation. This is a pretty big team effort. Another great collaborative effort to adopt a new VirtIO 1.0 standard in DPDK, leading to a significant boost in performance in virtualized environments. This goes, actually it says Virt 1.0 here, VirtIO, but 1.1 over there?
1.1, yeah, 1.1.
1.1, okay, so typo in the notes here. Tui Maxime, Jens, and Yuan Han, and Jason Wang. I know Jens and Maxime are here. If you could come up and accept your award. Thanks for the work. Hold on, how would he have you guys here? We'll put you guys in the middle here. We'll do a daily double. Excellent. I'll let you guys fight over it. Thank you. Okay, I think we're down to our last award, right?
Yes.
Okay. Next up is the DPDK Project Service Award. Any guesses? I need a drum roll, right? We need the audio part here. Okay. This is an award that's exceptionally well-deserved, and it really reflects the entire community and commitment to the community. The community would like to recognize Tomas Tamiya for his tireless work across many groups throughout the entire DPDK community. Tomas has been DPDK's primary maintainer since the beginning of the open source project when it was established in 2013, and works in the background to keep the project's infrastructure moving smoothly. Additionally, he plays a crucial role in designating and updating the DPDK website. And I have to add, he was fundamental in helping us in the transition in the new website and keeping us intellectually honest on making sure it didn't lose anything on the technical side while we tried to pretty it up and also balance out the marketing side. So Tomas, thank you. Excellent. Appreciate it. Thank you again.
And we can get all the recipients up on the stage.
Oh, okay. You want to do that right now?
Yeah.
Sure. So can all the recipients from individuals and teams please come up for a quick photo? That includes you, Tomas. You got to come up twice.
Yep.
And I need a volunteer. Who's going to be my volunteer to take a picture for me of our team? You look like a perfect volunteer who can figure out an iPad. All right, can everybody who got a award please come on up on the stage? We'll do a quick. You can, well, do you want to bring your award? Do you want to bring yourselves? At a minimum, bring yourselves. How about that?
Please do the winners. That's good.
Do we have everybody? No holdouts? Are we missing anyone? You guys will let them know, right?
Missing you. I think, are we missing one award? Yes. That one.
Oh. Smile, snap. All right, thank you.
Thanks, everyone.